श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय. A few months after coming to Bajitpur, while sitting on the northern bank of the pond, this body had a khayal which brought about certain questions. How does a human being seek God? How does one realize Him? I would have to enact the play of sadhana. Another day, a thought came up: what is Diksha and how does it come about? Accordingly, the meaning of Diksha, initiation, and the process by which it occurs were manifested distinctly within. In reply to questions regarding initiation, Ma said, "Whatever comes about." Ashu's mother had received a letter from her Gurudev when this body was very young. That letter had been kept safely. After noting the address, Bholanath wrote to him requesting that he visit us. Receiving no reply, he then sent a letter to Ashu's mother asking for the updated address. But there was no reply to that either. In the meantime, the khayal regarding Diksha began to manifest itself within this body as a kind of leela, divine play. Since for her every thought is revealed to its fullest, this thought expanded itself to reveal that when the desire for Diksha is intense, the Lord Himself manifests in the form of Diksha. Just as the seed is an intrinsic part of the tree and the tree is inherent in the seed, similarly the seed is a proof of the tree and the tree of the seed, a natural revelation. It was the night of Jhulan Purnima. In the evening, a married woman from neighborhood came and asked whether I would go to see the Jhulan swing festival, but I declined. After Bholanath had eaten, I also ate a little hurriedly. I normally didn't take my meal so early, but I was overcome by a singular sensation. Then, sitting on the floor a short distance from his cot, I told him, "Tonight I feel a special kind of bhav. I shall sit here." A couple of days earlier, on observing various kriyas manifesting themselves through this body, Bholanath had expressed concern. "You have not yet been initiated. I do not understand what is happening to you. We are Shaivites and Shaktas, yet you recite the name of Hari and undergo all these mystic states. At least you can recite the names of the deities worshipped as per our family tradition." I agreed, and after deciding on the name Jai Shiv Shankar Bom Bom Har Har, asked for Bholanath's permission for this, to which he consented. The lamp was burning in the room and it was about 10 or 11 at night. I noticed that the yogic kriyas which had manifested earlier at my reciting Harinam not only continued in the same vein when reciting Shiva's name, but also increased while evolving into still newer activities. This body sat steadily facing the northeast, forming a particular asana. While she cleaned the floor through a symbolic gesture, a yagna mandal took shape automatically, although she had never seen such a thing being made before. While still seated in the particular asana, her upper body folded forward, lying limp on the floor in front. Then she turned to face the east. Along with the changed rhythm of breath, this body was suffused with an ineffable divine delight. A vibration arose inside, below the navel, in the form of a mantra, bij, and travelled upward. The respective puja took place at the proper time, along with the appropriate asanas. For instance, the hand moved to the middle of the mandap or mandal and drew particular yantric letters. Then the various aspects of the worship, the appearance of fire, materials for yajna, the Vedic rites and oblations, the mantras, all self-manifested, and the body performed all the rites as and when required. Then once again the body became still, and inside her the akshar or beej began to resonate, rising at first indistinctly with the breath and vibrating inside from below the navel. As the indistinctness gave way to clarity of sound, this body's eyes shut temporarily. After a series of complicated kriyas of the mouth and tongue, this resonance coursing up from the navel through all parts of the body with increasing vigor finally enunciated itself in a loud and clear voice through the mouth. Then the mantra was written into the sthandila and the oblation was completed by the mantra itself. This was the revelation of special aspect of Shat Chakra Bhed, as is mentioned in yogic scriptures. Unless one can overcome the outward and inward inertia, the rhythm of the Naam, the enunciation of the Bij mantra, the remembrance of or meditation on the Supreme cannot flow in the correct manner. Once the oblation was completed, an ineffable joyous thrill ran through the body. Entering a realm of supreme bliss, the body became motionless. A question rose from within. What was the Bij? In answer, its meaning, characteristics, tangible and intangible bhavs appeared from within, manifesting themselves in sequential order in all forms within this body as well as in the form of sounds in my ears. As I sat, I found that the thumb was approaching the finger joints, and after hovering around, it reached the right spot to perform the japa, and the mantra began to be recited. Japa had begun. That night was the first time that the mantra, japa, puja and yagna all manifested in this body. The next morning, vibrations could still be felt in the veins and nerves, even within the area of the stomach. However, these gradually faded with the activities of the day. श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय।